Well, hello, it's Madeline from Madeline's Craft Room, and we are going to go on an adventure tonight. This here is the Adventurous Journey, which is in our new annual catalog, and you can see the stamp set right here. And then they had a few cards. You know, there aren't too many ideas out there with this stamp set yet. And this is all that's in the catalog is 2 examples. So I challenged myself since Leanne let me borrow her stamp set because I didn't have this, but since she's away, she let me play with it. So I was very excited to be able to do that. So at the very end, I'm going to show you some more cards that I've made with it. But tonight, I'm going to make one with you because the first thing that stuck in my mind is this boat here. And I wanted to do something with that. Rita, hello Rita. There she is. So I've chosen to use Early Espresso for our card base. And then I have a piece of crumb cake. Thanks, Rita. And in this card front, we are going to do some stamping. So, where did I put my Early Espresso ink? And we're going to take the big image of this, I don't know, what do we call it? A rowboat? And we're going to put that onto the block. And usually for bigger stamps, I usually take my ink to my block just so I can get good coverage. Okay, so now, dum-ta-da, I'm going to stand up because I need to be able to position this. And it's hard with a camera in the face, but we'll try it. So I'm going to put that down right there. Press down. Pat! Hello, Pat! Hey, it seems like such a long time. I've missed you. I hope you're doing well. Okay, so now we're going to lift this up. Look at that. Doesn't that make a nice image? Okay, now, oops, I'm not doing this over where the camera is. Now we're going to take this one. And so I'm going to kind of center it the same, pretty close to, I'm eyeballing. I guess if you really wanted to do this exactly, you could use the Stamparatus, but for this kind of stuff, I'm usually pretty okay with eyeballing. Okay, now we're going to lift, and then we're going to ink it up one more time. Do you guys ever have a certain thought, an idea in your brain, and you're not sure exactly what your card's going to look like, but you kind of have an idea? Well, that's what I had with this one. Oh, I kind of went closer than what I thought. Will it work? Let's try. If not, we're going to use another paper. It's closer than what I envisioned. Yeah, it's too close. Let's try that again. I did cut one just in case. Note to self, you have to go over a little closer. I was trying to give it a little more room, but let's go closer to the corner. Okay, and ink that up again. So we're using the Early Espresso. And now again, we're going to go closer to the end. There we go. And one more time, and now we're going to have some more room on the top. Now, they won't perfectly line up exactly like this, but that's okay. I just wanted this one to go kind of like there. Okay, let's see if looking around the camera worked. Pretty good. A little more space there, but that's okay. All right. So that's the first idea I had. And when I looked at this, I thought the background looked a little bit too plain. And yet I didn't want to do anything with the boats. So I used the masking technique, and I'm sure you guys have all seen that. Now, I did not, my order was supposed to come today. My order apparently has gotten lost. So it was supposed to arrive today, and now it doesn't even know where it is. It doesn't happen very often, but anyway, I didn't have it today. We now have masking paper in the catalog, which means it's sticky the whole area. Yeah, oh dear is right. You know, when you're looking forward to it, oh man, is it disappointing when it doesn't come. So what we need to do here in this case is we're going to have to use a Post-it note. Like I say, our new masking paper is much better because it's sticky all the way over the entire image. But we're going to go like this because this is what we used to have to do. And you can see how it lifts up a bit, especially with a bigger piece. But, well, that's what we're going to have to do. So, oops, that's not in the middle. We're going to line it up. Put that on there. And then take our last piece. So you can see how much easier this would be if they were all lying down flat. But that's okay. We will make the best of it. I'm so glad that they've come out with this masking paper. And, oh, you probably saw how I had put them inside my case, and that way they don't keep touching everything and then getting all messed up. So I keep them under there just to protect them, and then that way they're there when I need to use them. And there's a Marcia. Hello, Marcia. So we're going on an adventure here today. And I want to spatter this background. So I've put it inside a little tub that I have here. And it just helps save my work area so it doesn't make more of a mess. And I'm going to use the Early Espresso Stampin' Up! Marker. Hey, and we're just going to do some splattering. So this isn't the blend. This is the marker. And I'm just going to go all the way around. And it can spatter on our masking or on our mask because we're just going to take that off. But all in the insides of the boat, we won't have any splatters. It will just be a nice clean image. Like I say, the tricky part will be this part here. Hopefully it stays down enough. With our new masking paper, that won't be an issue. So we're just going to splatter maybe a little bit more up here. There's no exact way to do this. It just kind of spatters where it wants to. Okay, so there is our spattering. So now we're going to take it out of the container. And now we can take our masking boats off. And you can see how then they're nice and clean, which works really well. So here we go. We got our boats. So the next thing that I thought is I was going to take another piece because I wanted to have a little bit of dimension. Where did I put my boat? I've lost the boat. Here's the boat. Oh boy. All right, so again, Early Espresso. I'm going to keep everything pretty much the same. The only difference this time is that I am going to just put one on this crumb cake. Now, this is a stamp set. There are no dies. But you can see for this image of the rowboat, it is really easy to fussy cut. And so that's what I'm going to do here. Is we're just going to fussy cut this out. I'm just going to cut that so we can get it going a little faster here. So I love anything with the water and love the fact there's a nice water adventure stamp set. That's pretty cool. Nice and original. I know we've had boats and paddles before, but it's kind of neat to have a kayak. So there we go. That's how simple that is. And so what we're going to do, actually, I'm going to flip these around, I think. Well, I don't know. Which way do you think we should have it? Should we have it that way or should we have it this way? What I was thinking, I'll tell you what I'm thinking. We're going to pop this up on dimensionals. And of course, we're going to mount it on our early espresso. So I have a few choices for you guys. And I was thinking of popping this and then maybe putting a sentiment. So if we had this popped up on here, we could either put the sentiment here, or if we go this way, I don't know. Could we put it here? Do you think the sentiment should be on the top, or do you think it should be on the bottom? Give me some ideas. While I get gluing this, you can let me know. There we go. I know this card doesn't have too many other colors. On the bottom, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That was my first thought. Just wait. This looks very brown and neutral. My other cards will make up for it. Marsh, everybody says bottom. Okay, we're all thinking the same. So now we got that glued on there. We're going to put our, oops, I don't want that size. I want larger dimensionals. So we're going to pop up this guy. And then we have to think about what sentiment. Okay. Now, I know we have the same image underneath, but sometimes it's nice to just pop that one. The start. Thank you, fisherman's wife. Yes, that's right. Thank you, Rita. Dear me, I'm not using the correct fishing terms, boating terms. So glad you joined us, Rita. Oh, dear. Okay, so for sentiments, here we have wishing you an adventurous, and of course that could be journey, but I think I'm going to use happy birthday. I was playing with this happy birthday, and I saw something really cool about it. Of course, I'm going to use this block. Of course, this block, or this happy, you could stamp them in a row, but look at this. They've made them totally flat, and when you put this right snug underneath it, it fits in there really well. Now, the only thing I did do is I did bring in a paper and just make sure that it's straight. Nice for Father's Day. Yes, you could definitely put a happy Father's Day, Rita. Absolutely. So you can see how that stamps. So yes, whatever sentiment you want, you could definitely put in there. Absolutely. Now, I've lost my white paper. Here we go. No, I don't want white paper. What do I want? I think I want crumb cake. What do you guys think? What color should we use? I don't want to bring white in. That's too stark. Think use this and maybe then another piece of the early espresso behind it. I'll stamp this and we'll see what we think. Crumb cake on the crumb cake, yeah. Oh, that's ivory. Ooh. Look at all the ideas. So stamp this onto vanilla is what you're saying, Deb? Let's try it. And then we can see what we like best. Hang on, I'm just going to grab some vanilla then. Ugh. Hopefully this piece is big enough. Get to my scraps. Okay. I keep my scraps in page protectors so that I have one for all the different colors. Ooh, doesn't that ever stamp nice and sharp? Love that. Nice and crisp. Okay, so, I mean, not this shape, but are we going to use, you could spatter a little bit on the card base. Yes, I could. Okay, let's have a vote. Should we do a crumb cake or should we do a vanilla? And then like Deb said, I'll do this while you're thinking, and then we could, ivory. Okay, so far 1 for ivory. And we'll just spatter this a little bit too. Not quite too much, but just a little bit. Vanilla. Yeah, it's vanilla. Good job, Rita. Okay. Actually, I think I missed one spot. I think we need a little bit more of a spatter right there. Marcia? Yeah, I think there is. It looks too much the same, doesn't it? Okay, that's why, especially when you're experimenting, you can just try a little bit. Yeah, I think that looks good, hey? Now, we need something to cut out. So our options can be these guys. I found that this really worked well for this. So we could stick that on there. Where's your fish? Not on this card, Rita. It's coming. This one's just about boats. Love it. So should we use this one and then put that down? Oh, dear. You know, when I make some cards for my display, I really try to make sure that I use all the stamps, or if there's dies, I try to use a little bit of everything to give everybody ideas as to how to use the different stamps and the dies. So actually the 4 cards that this one and the 3 others that I have to show you, I've actually used all different stamps and have a different focus. Dun, da, da. So be watching. It's coming. Oh, and I can't line that up straight. Okay, I think we got it now. Stay there. Okay, then we're just going to go through there with my mini. Take that over there. I'm really loving these new shapes. I'm so glad we got circles back and they're stitched. And these ones are the squares, or no, we had circles, but not the squares. And I'm loving these because they really do fit a lot of different sentiments. So there we have it. Okay. This is kind of where I was thinking. You think that's a good spot? And I right in there. Looks good? Okay. So are we going to pop the sentiment or are we going to glue it down? Next question. Give you a minute. I don't have the metallic embellishments quite yet, but the ones I was thinking would look really nice is the ones that are with He's the Man suite. But you see these beautiful kind of more rustic metallic, those would look really great. Yes, always pop. Okay, let's pop. If I can find my dimensionals again. How come I keep losing my dimensionals? Oh, here we go. Because I put the cutter on top of it. That's why. All right. So we're going to put that on there. Okay. And put it about there. Okay. So what do you think? So if we had some of those metallic, that probably would look nice. I mean, I do have the nice brown ribbon, but I don't want to put ribbon. I want to keep it more masculine for this particular card. So I think, unless you guys, you like that? Yeah. Simple, right? Like it's a really simple card, but I think it has a really nice effect with the boat. So there we go. We got that one. Now I'm going to show you some of the other ones. Okay, where's first of all my stamp set? Oh, don't get the finger in there. So this is the stamp set. So now, what could we do with the kayak? In the catalog, they had a really, oops, lost the page. What page was this on? 30 something? Oh dear. That's why I had it open to it. I don't have, oh yes, here it is. So here, the only one they had done here is with this one. But I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to use something also new. So I was experimenting with our beautiful deckled rectangles. And I love how they layer. So I thought, okay, let's use the kayak, but let's do some fun layering. Whoops, and I put it to you upside down. So I decided to do this way with the balmy blue, white, balmy blue, the white, and then this particular one, what I did is I used balmy blue with my blending brush, and I added a little bit of the Tahitian Tide just to kind of brighten it up a little bit. But everybody always wonders what this silly circle is. Well, the circle is that when the paddle hits the water, of course, it ripples. So that's why you have this kind of cool stamp. So there we have that one. Now, sticking with the kayak theme again, I decided to go bright, and then using a little bit of the idea again that we had in the catalog, they use the layering diorama dies, these guys. And you can see how it was kind of different how they did that, which I thought that was kind of neat. And I thought, okay, no, but I want to do it different. I love their idea, but I wanted to do it different. So this is Madeline's take on it. So Rita, there's some fish. But I think they're more pond fish in that one. And so what I did with this one is I took the layer of the balmy blue, and I used my sponge dauber just to go around the edge a little bit, just to kind of make it pop a little bit more. And then I have the different layers. Now, when I did get to the kayak, I don't know if you can see that there, it's actually two dimensionals on top of each other, because I popped this layer and then I popped this layer, which meant this needed two on top of each other. Yeah, they're cute little fish, aren't they? With the little lily pads. So that's another cool way that you can use that. And yeah, I think that's a really neat idea to use with that. Okay, so now what needs shears in the pot? Yes, we like to pop, don't we? Oh dear. So now when I look at this, there's one that we have not used, and that is the paddle. And that one definitely was one. As I've been having trouble sleeping, my brain goes into gear thinking, and I was thinking of the paddle. And this is what came to my mind. Kind of the preschool teacher who loves color. Here we go. So I decided to kind of make a border with the paddles and use 3 different colors. And then do you notice what I did here? I used that ring to make a design up here as well. So kind of a different take on the actual stamp and what the focus on what it really is and should be used for. That's the beauty of stamping, is that you can just be creative and do what you want with it. And you could see I chose these bright colors, but I mean, you wouldn't have to. You could choose whatever colors you want. You could use the Stamparatus. Believe it or not, well, not believe it, I guess you could see if you look really close. I eyeballed it, so you can do that. But if you wanted to, you could use the Stamparatus and you would get it very, very straight. But how fun is that? And this here, again, is this bigger one. Where's our card that we made? Over here. So here is the smaller one that we used here. And then this is the bigger one. And you see how that fits really nicely with the stamped images for the sentiment. And you can see here again, Journey is separate. Just like I joined Happy and Birthday, I was able to do the same thing with Journey. So I could stick Journey underneath there, and you would think that's one stamp. So lots of cool ideas. Thank you very much, ladies, for joining me tonight. And I hope you enjoyed going on a little adventure with me. Yeah, I know Leanne, she wanted some ideas. When she comes home, then she can make some cards. So now she has some ideas and you have some ideas as well. So thank you very much. And anybody watching the replay, you can go to madelinescraftroom.net and you can see all kinds of other videos and ideas and classes and everything that I do. So thanks for joining me. And thank you, ladies. Thank you very much. And you have a good rest of the evening. Bye-bye.